That's not a bass.
Well, coming out here to Ben McDonald's place was a surprise to me. You don't trust me? John called me and said, hey, we're going out here for a management hunt, and why don't you come out? Shane's with the Bob's gonna be here, and Ben's got a great fishing pond. And when he said fishing, I kind of perked up. We got a pretty good last time I was letting Shane catch the fish because of the fact that he was an advertiser. We got a pretty good pattern going here. All right, well, I got him. I mean, it might as well not change anything.
And then after the show, I saw Kevin, you know, talking about the interview. I didn't see that part while we were here. He did it for Tony. He did it for the advertiser. And
Shane is a paying customer of Louisiana Sportsman, Inc. I'll be damned if I'm taking off any more of your fish.
that may be the only way you get to touch a fish.
Well, I just had one a minute ago, Shane. You don't take a paying customer out and not let them feel important in these hard economic times. Well, how in the hell do I catch a catfish on a crankbait?
What Kevin doesn't know is John called and said, hey, look, Tony called me. Kevin's been moping since the last show. He'll trade me some free advertising if I let Kevin catch some fish this time.
Tony, I made a fool of myself for you to keep your customer happy, and I think that's what Shane is today. He's happy. He feels like he did something. So all that stuff you heard from Shane a little while ago, no, I didn't do it for Shane. I did it for Taylor.
So that's what I did it for, free advertising.
Shane, you're going down.
You know, when I'm in a tree, Kevin, you know, I throw over me.
And this is how Kevin starts the morning. Oh!
Small, look at that.
Pretty nice.
I've hung on the bottom. Oh, this really sucks.
Oh, you should save the fish. But this time, I actually was serious about it, and I wanted him to go down. Oh my goodness. What you want to do, Shane, is throw it right in the middle of that stuff out there.
Is that what I need to do?
Yeah.
You know, we put him on a couple of fish, and as long as it was just cast and reel, he was doing okay. When we started getting technical, we ran into some problems. Shut up.
I just really don't know what I'm doing. Hello. Oh.
Can you tell me how it is that you can make fighting a largemouth bass look like you're reeling in a marlin? And I also have to thank John, who picked your bait out and tied it on.
And I wanted him to go down. And I wanted him to go home tonight and realize he's going to have to work harder, work smarter, and work better if he wants to be on the same playing field as me. Why do I have a small lizard?
How many women have asked you that?
I was being serious when I said that.
It's fun poking fun at Kevin, but I know the fish in this lake. I've fished it quite a bit.
Oh, Shane. Look at me, buddy.
You know, some of the fish were definitely showing signs of going to their bed.
Kevin beats Shane.
Shane talked so much smack last time we were up here at Buffalo Oaks that he said, let's go back and fish again. So I said, okay, let's go. And this is how Kevin starts the morning. Hi, Shane.
Actually, what happened was, Tony said you have been moping since the last show aired, so he asked me to please bring you back and give you a chance for redemption.
Well, redemption is mine. So we are gonna stay here and we're gonna catch some bass. And then Shane, since he can't catch bass and we have to have him here for some reason, he's gonna give us some tips on spring food plots. So you have me to catch these and him to tell you how to garden. That's all coming up today on Louisiana Sportsman TV. You wanna see it? Huh?
I saw it.
Oh! All right.
And the answer.
Yeah, look how small that fish is. Come
Yeah, I
on,
can
boy.
tell you, he's pretty small. Look at that.
He ain't nearly the size of mine.
Can you lip him for me, Kevin?
Oh, gee, man, yeah, I guess I can. Oh, that's a big fish. Bigger than mine. Yeah, I'll whip him for you. Isn't this how we started the last show? All right. Oh, watch it. Watch it. I don't do this for a living. I ain't Bill Dance. Don't. Ah. It's pretty nice. Ah, nice fat bass. Oh! I'm hung on the bottom. Oh, this really sucks. Ah!
Not my camera no more.
God.
All in all, what we started out this morning, we caught a couple of fish out on a fluke just out in open water on spinnerbait.
There he is. He came up and hit it. Oh my goodness. That's a big bass, boys. That's a big bass. Oh, wow. All right, don't jump. Hell, my goodness. Hello, I'm wet. That's a big bass. What you want to do, Shane, is throw it right in the middle of that stuff out there.
Is that what I need to do?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do that real quick.
That's one of the biggest bass. No, that's not one of the biggest bass I ever caught. I remember I was fishing a couple of years ago with Dance. I showed him a fish like this. Wow, that's a, how big is this fish? I don't know how big this fish is, Shane. It's the end of March. Look at that, that's a female. She's full of eggs.
Look at her tail from where she's been fanning her bed.
Yeah.
Starting to get torn up. You can tell she's just kind of starting out. But by the end of the spawning season, that tail will be just beat up.
Big bass. And the hardest part of this is now about what I'm about to do. I got to turn you loose because that's what they say about you freshwater fish. So have fun and go down. Go. Bye. I've been, fishing like this since Michael Iaconelli was 3 years old and taught him a lot of stuff. That's why he finished second, and not first, in the Bassmasters Classics. But this time of year, what you want to do is watch the other guy in the boat if he knows more about bass fishing than you.
Good light. A little one. A little male. Oh.
Doesn't count.
So about 16 down.
Oh, wow.
So I was watching Shane, which shows you really how pathetic I am watching him. But I was watching him, and he was saying these fish were bedding on the banks. You see, they're laying their eggs and they're spawning on the banks. And they're not really feeding, they're not really hungry. Will you make him jump by you? Come on, baby. Not quite as big as the last one, but springtime bass fishing. Ah! Another one. Look at the tail. Fat, about to lay eggs.
Kevin's much more of an open water fisherman, but today he even took it to the bank and he found some fish.
Got him? Yeah, I think you got him.
I don't think it's hooked good.
You got him. That's a good fish, Shane.
Oh,
Ooh.
I don't think I got it hooked pretty good.
Shane, trust me, that fish is hooked.
Oh, it's the top.
Very nice. Now we're out here, all joking aside, in a pond. So it's late March. So where are we in the spawn situation here, Shane?
We're probably, from the looks of the fish, we're right at pre-spawn. The tails are just starting to get chewed up a little bit. So far, the females we've caught have all been full of eggs. And so they're probably just now starting to turn on. Okay, John, you got it?
That's a good one. I'm beginning to like this green trout fishing. Jump. There you go. So basically what we're doing here, Shane, is we're just throwing these fish.
Poke fell right out.
Are essentially on their beds, correct?
going there. You see this one's still kind of swollen. They're heavy. Contrary to what we found when we first got out here, the last 3 fish have been basically on the bank. So maybe those first few were just kind of a fluke.
But this finesse fishing, you have to know what you're doing. And Shane, I can honestly say I don't know what I'm doing. See, now he gets serious. He shuts off. Look at it.
No,
He's
I
caught
just...
a couple of fish, and now it's like this is
Here
it.
he is, John.
Oh, this is. Isn't this how we did the last show? John tied another bait on my line. I don't have a lizard.
This feels like a pretty good fish.
Is there anything but pretty good fish in this place? I mean, these are all.
Did you pay those fish to take my lizard?
No. But would you put a lizard on would you put me a lizard on like you?
You know, to be honest with you, Kevin, no. Because I
want my lizard to be like your lizard.
Here's what happened. I was going through my lizards at home, and I only had 3. And I said, you know, they're probably going to bite on those lizards. But
okay.
here, you can put one of those on.
What?
That's a brush hog.
Okay. I'll get John to do that because I don't know how to do it.
$600 a day for fishing out here. I'm gonna start charging you if I don't get a saltwater trip out of this for long.
I've invited you several times. John said you were busy. Last time I invited you, you said you had to go see your oh, I have a fish. Hello. Oh, that's a good fish, boys. I tell you what, Shane, we are out here right now. It's springtime, and we've caught a bunch of fish, but there is work to do. You know, deer season's over, but that doesn't mean we still don't have a lot of work to do out here right now with our food plots. So after I get this fish, tell us what we have to go do with food plot work. I mean, because this is a work trip.
Before I get into that, Kevin, can you tell me how it is that you can make fighting a largemouth bass look like you're reeling in a marlin? I'm gonna get you a little holster. This time of year, we really shift gears on to getting spring nutrition out for their whitetail managers to understand the importance of getting food plots out, mineral sites, supplemental feeding. So education is where we spend most of our springtime, because probably if you're trying to grow trophy whitetail, 60% of what you need to do is right now. So when you see the flat part, you know he must be headed in that direction, right? So he's going this way?
I'll let you go to the food plot. I'm gonna go track him.
That's probably a good idea. Ben, well, you may need to call Ben. I don't think he knows he has deer here.
Really?
Well, I think Kevin just left off following the wrong side of a deer track, and I don't really know where he's going to end up. But right now, you know, this is a perfect example of what happens when you plant food plots in the springtime and summer and maintain them. Check your pH, make sure it's right. Do a soil test. Make sure you get the right nutrients to the food plots, and you could develop a perennial plot like the one we're standing in now, where the clover and chicory will continue to come back. We're going to take a look at some other food plots and talk about when to clip your clover and how to maintain your spring plots, as well as what exactly you want to plant in the summer, spring and summer, if you don't have equipment, or what to plant if you do have equipment. You know, the food plot we were just looking at is a perfect example of a perennial food plot, something with clover, chicory, alfalfa, for instance, in this particular blend. These are plots that you can put out and you're going to keep around for 3 to 5 years, offer all the nutrition you need, and they're going to be there in the spring and the fall, and depending on how much moisture, you'll get them into the summer. Now, if you're looking to do a food plot and you don't have one established in the springtime, you got to take 2 main considerations in. Do you have the space? How large of a space? And what type of equipment do you have? If you don't have a large area, or if you don't have the equipment you need to get a large area planted, then you're looking at something like a no-till plot. This is something that, as long as you get some bare dirt, bare ground, you'll be able to get a food plot established and give the deer nutrition and hold them in that area, so that, you know, naturally it's going to give them nutrition, but it'll hold them in the area for hunting season. Your other mixes are your summer annuals. These are more for people who have heavy equipment, are going to be doing large areas. Corn, labs, soybeans, sunflowers. These mixes are high in protein and produce a lot of forage. So if you have equipment and you're looking to put in an annual, these make great plants for the springtime, but you can't do it unless you can get the ground broken up, and probably if you have a tractor or some other equipment. We're going to go take a look in the field at some clover plots and see if it's about time to clip those plots, and while we're out there, I bet we could probably find a few sheds. You know, this is a food plot we came to check. This is one that's got a lot of our clover and chicory from last year. And the one thing we found was the clover was getting up tall. I mean, it was about knee deep. Now the thing about it is, while it looks lush and it looks like it's exactly what the deer are looking for, it starts to get a lot of stems. And the more stems you have, the less digestible it is to the deer, so they're going to quit eating it. So you have what looks like a beautiful food plot, but the deer just aren't visiting. So we came in here this morning, I think Kevin did this on his big John Deere 7700, and he clipped all the tops out of this. So what'll happen is the clover is going to start coming back up. We just had some good rain, so it'll be lush, and the deer will start hitting this plot pretty hard again. The chicory's in here too. High protein. Chicory is one of the most nutritious plants you can get out there for a white-tailed deer. So clover and chicory make a great springtime blend, and the benefit is we're not having to plant this again this year. Just doing a soil test, putting a little bit of fertilizer on it, and keeping it cut down.
Ben's got a new website. We had a lot of emails from people who saw our first show. Hey, can we go out there? Well, Ben's trying to work some things out now. And if you go to his website at buffalooaks.com, John will have it on the screen for you. You can check it out. And there's going to be some possibilities that he's going to open this place up for fishing trips and things. And as you could see today, I mean, not only are there a lot of bass here, but this is an absolutely beautiful place to fish. And it's a beautiful place just to be in a boat, just to be outside. Check it out, buffalooaks.com. Former LSU Tiger great Ben McDonald has done it right with Buffalo Oaks. Another one. Look at the hook come right out. Just another 3-pounder. Wow, that's pretty when the sun comes out. Just another 3-pound bass. Well, no, it's about a 2-pound bass. Whatever pound bass it is, it's nice. You know, people tell me all the time, Shane, they never see me throw back fish. And have I kept the fish out here?
You have not kept the fish.
And you know why I haven't kept the fish out here?
Because you hadn't caught it.
Well, no, I've caught plenty of them because Ben McDonald's one big dude. All right, I think, oh. Oh.
I mean, I basically have, you've at least stayed in the game this time.
Get your fish away from my worm, please. He's not coming up. No, he's not that big
Staying
though.
on the bottom.
Yeah. Oh. It's funny, some of them we catch are real active.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a slight good one. You want me whipping? Oh, goodness. That is a good one. Whoa. Hold on.
Put your hand in his mouth to get him.
You think? Yeah, that's a good one. It's 1.5 pounds.
Yeah, I believe it's so.
I said, you know, it's amazing, buddy, what happens when you manage a place.
Absolutely, this fish, you know, I will say that managing a bass lake, when you talk to Ben and his dad about what they do up here, go make babies. You know, what they do up here, you know, you call it managing, but if you're a bass fisherman, it's heaven. You know, Kevin, since the last show we've been, there you go.
I mean, it's just gonna be, ooh.
That's a good fish.
Yeah, it is.
Here, hold on, I'll go to him.
He's wrapped all around that tree. No, I got him.
That's a good fish.
Oh, baby! Wow, that's a big fish. Look at that. Say hello, Mr. Ooh, he's not hooked very well either, John. John is gonna get him in for us.
Wow, that's a good fish.
That is a good fish.
Last 2 fish of the day. You know, looking at big fish like that, Kevin, just shows you what the management plan does in this lake.
That's a 6-pound. That's more than 6.
That's more than 6. Those fish are heavy, they're thick, they're full of eggs.
I wish we had a scale, but that's probably that's close to a 7-pound bass.
Yeah, that's a good fish.
I mean, that is close to a 7-pound bass right there. Wow. It's good. But it's healthy everywhere. Thank you so much. That was fun, fun, fun. Let me just practice here. Zzz. No, I couldn't. You know, even if he told us to keep fish, I couldn't keep that fish.
That's you got to let that fish go.
But you know what I could do? I could put him on my wall. Bye. John's got a memory for me. I think the big ones are starting to bite. Be sure to visit evolve.com. Great company, great products. The website is really user-friendly. We've got videos on there. Every product Evolve makes is featured on the website, so you can check it all out. Go to evolve.com. I want to thank Ben McDonald for letting us come out here today to Buffalo.